What's up YouTube, Mr. Lime SC here, and today patch 0.1.0D for Path of Exile 2 is in the game. Now let's dive in and see what additional changes have been made. Let's actually zoom in here. Alright, so the changes are general improvements. Passive block chance now applies to blockable hits from all directions as opposed to just hits from the front. Wow. So really increasing that. That's very helpful there for passive block chance. Player size is now set to 0 units while dodge rolling instead of 1. We talked about that yesterday, so you can actually dodge out of being surrounded. Not every time, but sometimes. Some smaller monsters can now be pushed while dodge rolling. The little tiny ones.
Skibidi toilets.
Oh my god. Inscribed ultimatums and Jin Barrias now display whether you obtain ascendancy skill points upon completing. Oh, thank God. That was so annoying when I went through the ascendancy and killed two bosses and spent all the time just to learn, oh, I wasn't getting ascendancy points for it because I did the other 2 trials. And that's very nice. Removed world map pins for encounters that were not from specific locations and areas, i.e. from monster drops. Encounters that were not from specific locations and areas. I don't know what that one means exactly. Improved attack in place behavior. Wow, just a straight up improved attack in place behavior. I wonder what that means. Rain of Arrows and Firestorm now have a hit rate limit to prevent cases of them absolutely obliterating very large bosses. This will have little to no impact outside of boss fights with very large hitboxes. Alright, Rain of Arrows and Firestorm boss cheese is gone. Leech has been buffed. This was needed. Leech was feeling like absolutely nothing, so that needed to be improved. Bone Shatter now more reliably hits your target. That's nice. The duration of armor break has been increased to 12 seconds, previously 6. Okay, great. I'm playing a hardcore solo Southbound Warrior right now, and I literally broke some dude's armor, got like 1 hit in, and then all of his armor came back up. And I was like, what? What is the point? So I'm glad that they noticed it as well, that like, yeah, maybe the armor should actually be broken longer than 1 second after you finally like kind of get it done and get into an attack. That's good. To improve performance, Incinerate now creates circular areas of ignited ground instead of segments. Okay. Added control click shortcut to open the currency exchange at the appropriate NPCs. That's nice. Added a button to travel to the Trial of Chaos on the world map. Added art for close combat support. Added 2D art for the Defiance of Destiny unique amulet. Added ascendancy skill points as a keyword, which details how sets of them are obtained. That's nice. Added search functionality for gem cutting and vendor inventories when using a controller. Keybinds for searching stash on controller have also been updated. Gem cutting restrictions got added for gamepad. Added suggested supports for time of need. That's funny, it just had none. Updated the suggested supports for Bone Storm. Added an option for opening the trade website to the main menu for consoles. Runes now sell to vendors for more gold. Okay, I guess they didn't sell for anything really. Updated art for Observed Light and Mana. Updated the description on runes to clarify that once socketed, they cannot be replaced. I still want there to be a way for us to get rid of a rune. And like destroy it, you know, like remove, but open a socket up. I still want that to be a thing. Auras and curses that affect ally or enemy res now display values in the skill pop-out panel. That's nice. Tweak the auto of the Kiwi Pet, Chimera Pet, and Baby Crowbell to reduce their impact in town. Sorry. Updated the wording on the Invokers and Protect Me from Harm Ascendancy skill passive to clarify its functionality. Updated description on Hex Blast. Updated description on Fiery Death support to clarify support skill does not need to kill the ignited enemy itself. Good to note. Reduce the defenses provided to monsters by the Magma Barrier modifier. Thank God. Oh, this was another one that was just horrible. Those magma barrier mobs took forever to knock the magma barrier down. And then they'd get it back up if you didn't kill them in time. And you'd have to break it down again. Walking Goliaths no longer use their suicide attack if they are rare. That's funny. Trigger gem energy gain was not in the right place, and it was far too easy to use ailments to trigger spells. One problem with the previous system is that if we balanced it to make triggering happen in boss fights, then the triggering would happen far too often during clearing. In order to address this, we are now making monster power part of the calculation for energy gain. This means it's far easier to trigger skills from unique monsters than it is from normal monsters, but you also hit many more normal monsters when fighting. Another issue is using low-level skills with unconditional ailment applications such as Flame Wall to ignite enemies for triggering. In order to make the source of the ignite matter, we are making the energy gain be dependent on the strength of the ignite. We have also rebalanced all energy gain across the board. Wow. Okay, so that's a big... Some people are going to be mad about that. But that's a big change, but seems like a decent one to just balance it out. I like it. Ultimatum. Ooh, here we go. Generally improved balance across the board with Ultimatum monsters, bosses, and modifiers. Mostly targeting outliers that were too difficult and bringing them in line. Let's go! Monster density of Ultimatum encounters has been made more consistent. Stormcaller runes, blood globules, heart tethers, and impending doom rings no longer spawn while a player is on a lift or near the altars in the Valsoul core room. Woohoo! I died twice to that. Where the stupid, I'm just on a lift and then it just goes on top of me and kills me. Fixed a bug where player minions could get stuck at the top of the lift. That's pretty funny. Okay, so Ultimatum improved some. No Sanctum changes, it looks like, though. A little rough there. Hopefully it's just removed Sanctum. Bug fixes. Fixed a bug which caused enemies to be primed for stun or electrocute earlier than intended while in a party. Fixed a bug where Gemling Legionnaires with the Integrated Efficiency Ascendancy passive skill allocated could lose their 3 additional skill slots if they were empty. That's pretty funny. Fixed a bug with the party member reviving when using WSD input where you could revive party members from too far away. Fixed a bug where Waystones found have a chance to be a tier higher on the Atlas passive tree wasn't working. Fixed a bug where the audio mix not being remembered. Fixed a bug where one of the small passive skills in the Flesh Crafter cluster was not connected to the notable passive skill. It is possible for your passive kill tree to be reset if you had this cluster allocated. Apologies. Oof. Fixed a bug where you could not open a portal in the riverbank in cruel difficulty. Interesting. Fixed a bug where some of Zamrat the Colossus' skills could persist after death. Where opening a full screen panel while disenchanting prevent you from performing any actions until you relogged. Some fire spells, such as Volatile Dead and Incinerate, were not functioning correctly with Raging Spirits. Buffs on you expire slower from the Prolonged Assault, Notable Passive Skill, and other Chronomancer Ascendancy passive skills was applying to debuffs and other effects, as well as buffs. Non-reviving minions were spawning a Remnant from the Grim Feast buff. Fixed a bug. Infernalist with the Pyromantic Pack Ascendancy passive skill allocated were considered to be on low Infernal Flame if they were at 50% maximum instead of 35. RIP. Fixed a bug where the world map icon for Candlemass and Cruel was not updating correctly. Okay, good. This one got me one time. Fixed a bug where you could be unable to upgrade gems despite satisfying the attribute requirement by having the Gemling Legionnaire again. Fixed a bug where Fiery Death Support was not dealing damage correctly. Fixed infusion support gems on Herald skills, applying the gain damage as extra elemental to all attacks instead of just the damage from the Herald skill. Expedition encounters could fail to generate in the decay map. Quality on the sacrifice skill was causing minions to revive more slowly instead of more quickly. It's funny. Fixed a bug where the exit portal for the final boss in the Trial of Secumus did not visually display upon killing the boss. Where socket skills didn't really require for were missing their name. Where the Elemental Storm skill granted by Storm Reaver's Tempest Caller Ascendancy passive could sometimes place the storm underneath you. Snapshotting with loads of additional bolt crossbow. Contagion skill is not spreading poison. Tempest Bell could become invisible. NPCs were missing names in hideouts on controller. Signing into a guest account on PlayStation 5 could delete your friends list in game. Fix the bug where you could sometimes be able to sometimes be unable to enter your hideout on PS5. 8 instance crashes, 6 client crashes, a client crash that occur on Xbox, and 3 that could occur on PS5. Wow. A lot of stuff, man. A lot of stuff. Definitely some notable pieces in there. Blocking, very notable. Player size being set to 0 instead of 1. Oh, massive. Showing us that you'll actually, when you'll get ascendancy points, very helpful. Don't know exactly what that one is. Don't know what the improved behavior is. Fix some stuff. Leech being buffed. Armor break being buffed. Searching stuff improvements. Trigger change. And then Ultimatum might be something for us to go try out again, because I really want to see what the new modifiers are, because oh my god, they were so hard before. Literally half of them were just like unplayable immediately. You just, I can't take that. And if you got 3 unplayables, you were just kind of screwed. So wow, big patch right there. Really nicely done. I mean, again, they're popping right here. These are things that many companies would take weeks or months to implement, and they're just they're on it. So very solid, very impressed. Good job, GGG. Hopefully we get some Sanctum changes here in the future. Even my biggest Sanctum change would make traps do way less damage to your honor. Right now, like, oh my god, especially the stupid ones where if you step on them, they explode. They do like half of your honor for a single hit. It's insane. But honestly, just get rid of Sanctum and honor and make it a whole different system. But like, for right now, that one is pretty brutal. Anyways, don't forget to like and subscribe, YouTube. Would love to see hear your thoughts down in the comments below on these changes. Peace, everybody.